and welcome to another edition of Patriot Vision. I'm your host, Greg Kennedy. It was an exciting weekend here at George Mason Stadium as the men's soccer team nearly upset the University of Virginia. This year's team has high hopes for the 2008 season. Let's look at a season preview with our correspondent, Hoss Tabrizi.
This season, the Patriots aspire to make it back to the NCAA tournament, and they have the experience and the strength in the back line to do so. Senior Jonathan Barajo captains the back line and was the team's most valuable player last season. Joining him will be seniors Michael Valley and Hugh Feig, as well as sophomores Eric Zusow and Patrick Barthold.
They're just real cohesive unit. They work well together. Very good with their communication. Just don't very hard in the tackles. Don't let the guys get by them. Helps us out a lot.
We really draw a line of defense, where the half starts, but it all starts with the forwards and then midfielders. And what Coach is trying to do this year is have 4 layers of defense. So we think by doing that, we really have a sound and successful defensive unit.
In net is a familiar face in junior Sean Kelly, who has been a solid shot stopper since coming to Fairfax.
We've been playing together for 3 years. We got a lot of good chemistry. I think that helps a lot.
We have right now 3 of our 4 starting backs are seniors, so there's a lot of experience back there. And on top of that, Sean Kelly is a junior. So right now, team defense is very strong, and the team chemistry is very strong.
The midfield is led by junior captain Richard Edgar. Edgar earned third-team All-CA honors last season and is highly praised by his team for his ability to create and make teammates better.
It's hard to do without your teammates. They're surrounding you. They're helping you get better. They're helping you look good. So, it's just as much mine as it is my teammates. They're the ones pushing me.
When asked which players could earn All-CA honors this season, Coach Andrulis had a long list.
I think any of those guys in the back are all very solid. Our back one of the team. Sean can rebound and have another great season. Every day we're going to get from Richard Edgar. He's a special kind of player. Raymond Washington's, Ryan Gracia, Axel Every. Those guys can really step up. They're special players, and it really depends on how quickly they mature into the college soccer scene.
In 2007, high expectations were ruined by a rash of injuries to the Patriots' offensive players. George Mason scored 15 goals in their 18-game season, making it near impossible to be successful. This offseason, the Patriots' focus was to develop their offense and bring in proven goal scorers.
The team doesn't have that proven goal scorer yet because all of our guys who we think we're going to get goals from are freshmen and sophomores, but we're hoping somebody will emerge and be able to carry the mantle for us.
Sophomore Urban Martinez returned to the field last season following an injury to his ACL, but wasn't 100%. Sophomore Parker Walton battled hamstring injuries throughout the season, and senior Lucas Pardew also battled injuries throughout the year. Having healthy forwards will create more opportunities for the Patriots.
We had a rash of injuries to key players, and when that happens, and they're your veteran guys, it was an awful lot to expect some of our young guys to come in right away, and then even those guys had some injuries, and there were about 10 games in a row where we played with no forwards at all.
The Patriots recruiting class was ranked 31st in the nation. The class is led by Ryan Gracia, Axel Every, and Eber Martinez, 3 players with national team experience who are all known for their ability to attack. Another freshman being counted on is forward Raymond Washington, who has the ability to get the ball in the back of the net.
Well, I think Draymond's been playing very well recently. He's just a freshman, but he's been able to hang with us and excel a lot of times. In the past few games, he gets a lot of chances, makes a lot of scoring opportunities.
The Patriots were ranked 8th in the CAA in the preseason coaches poll, but the weapons are there for the Patriots and Coach Andrulis to sneak up on the opposition and compete in the CAA.
I'd say defense wins championships. A good defense. Offense can win you certain games, but if you have a really good defense and sound defensive tactics, I think you could really go really far.
We got to grind out games. Sometimes scoring isn't always our strength, but if we can find a way to win games and keep ourselves in the bigger games, that's going to be very important. And also taking care of teams in our conference. If we take care of our conference, we'll get to the tournament.
Having a strong defense gives the Patriots a chance to be in every game, but the Patriots know that they'll need to increase their offensive firepower this year to be triumphant. For Patriot Vision, this is Hoss Tabrizi.
Thanks, Hoss. And now let's take a look at this past weekend's highlights with Patriot Rewind. We'll start with men's soccer as they hosted in-state rival Virginia last Friday night. A large crowd was treated to some exciting soccer in some adverse weather conditions as the Patriots jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in the first half. The Cavaliers didn't go away quietly, eventually winning the contest in double overtime 3-2. Mason will hit the road this weekend at the SMU Meet Cocina Classic as they will face powerhouses Southern Methodist and Tulsa. Talk about a hot streak. The women's soccer team rebounded from a tough start to the 2008 season to claim the title at the Mason tournament this past weekend. On Friday, the Patriots claimed a 1-0 overtime victory over Hartford as Kimmy Moss scored the game winner.
You took a team-high 6 shots today, and you probably didn't take any from further out than the game winner. You seem to have a second there. What went through your mind before the shot and after?
I just wanted to score so bad, and I love getting up as an outside defender. I had the opportunity to play outside middle today, but I just wanted to get in and see if I could cut it, and I was looking to lay it across, but once I got past that girl, I just cut it with my right foot, and I just hit it as hard as I could with my left. And then when I saw it going in, I was like, please don't hit the post. And then it went in, and I was just like, monkeys off the back, like Coach said.
Great win for the Patriots. 1-0 victory, first one of the season. Took overtime to do it. What did you tell your team at the end of regulation going into the overtime period?
Just no excuses, just results. We got to win this game somehow, some way, and that's what we did. We won every statistical category going in, and we just couldn't put it away. So it just took a little bit of composure out of Thomas just to turn the ball back, because she had 8-9 opportunities where she just tried to serve the ball in there, and she cut it back in, laid it back on top of the box. Game over.
Another 1-0 win on Sunday over Mississippi State cemented the Patriots as tournament champions as Sasha Vito scored the game winner on a corner kick.
Can you just talk about what you were thinking about when you lined up for that corner kick before it went in?
I just went up there and wanted to take the kick, and I just wanted to get in the goal or get it to somebody who could knock it in, and it did, so yay, I'm really excited about it.
Senior Kelly Keelan, who posted 2 shutouts in net for the Patriots, was named the tournament's MVP, while Moss, Jessica Paris, and Vito were named to the all-tournament team. The team returns to the pitch this Friday as they will host Indiana at 7 p.m. at George Mason Stadium in the Broadside Game of the Week. Women's volleyball claimed its first victory of the season on Friday as they swept St. Francis of Pennsylvania in their first match of the Patriot Invitational. Junior Rebecca Walter led the Patriot offense with 13 kills, while junior Laura Turner tallied 8 total blocks in the win.
You had 8 total blocks, the team had 10-4 for St. Francis. Talk about what was working there.
Actually, blocking was a struggle for me last week, and we worked on it all week in practice about getting my hip around and pressing over with my hands, and obviously it worked in practice, so I don't know, it just came together, it worked for me.
Looking at the blocks, 10-4, you outblocked St. Francis, obviously one of the best blocking teams last year. What happened in that match that worked?
Well, we've been working a lot on our blocking. We've been spending a lot of time with our outside blockers, picking up their hitters sooner, and just making sure when the middles get over, both blockers are pressed back over to the middle of the court, and I think for the most part we did that today.
All right, Rebecca, talk about the first win.
First win, excellent, very excited. We've been working really hard this past week after, it's a big step from last weekend. We struggled a little bit last weekend, and we brought it really together this past week, and very happy. Everyone's very happy about it.
The Patriots were unable to sustain the momentum of that first victory as they fell to Liberty and New Mexico to close out the tournament. Mason will hit the road for its next 7 matches, including a trip on Wednesday to Howard for a 7 p.m. tilt with the Bison. And finally, the men's and women's cross-country teams were in action over the weekend at the Lou Onesti Invitational. The men's team, paced by James Snyder's 18th place finish, took home a 4th place finish. The women took spots 21 through 26 to buoy them to a 3rd place finish. Both teams travel to Newmarket, Virginia next Saturday to compete in the James Madison Invitational at 10 a.m. That's all the time we have for this week's edition of Patriot Vision. Be sure to check back next week for an all-new episode. Until then, goodbye, everybody.